I wanted to chat about a few things regarding steel roofs. I really dislike steel roofs. I do. It's a product that you would think would be acceptable to use on maybe on a barn or something. It's okay, but on a residential house, there are other things that are better, in my opinion, because it allows you access to the roof if anything happens. But anyway, my biggest beef with a steel roof, besides the craftsmanship that people don't know how to put them on, is how the air exhausts through the top, through the ridge vent. I'm in Ohio, and there's a local company that's really the dominant force in our neighborhood for steel roofs. And I talked to a roofer recently, and he says, well, we just buy whatever they provide. And I'm going, boy, that's wrong. So the problem with the exhaust part of the ventilation system of a steel roof is they can't put a cap on it. They're having real problems with the design of installing ridge vents on a steel roof. So this major company used to sell a product that allowed ventilation, but it bottlenecked down from 1.5 NFA, meaning 18 square inches per linear foot. They throttled that down from an 1.5 down to 5/8 of an inch because it just didn't work. And they didn't, I'm not going to say they didn't care, but let's say it wasn't on their radar for priority. So what they do now, what most builders, roofers do now, is they just have a steel cap and they use this. And I don't know who makes this. I think it's called an LP2, but this is glued to a strip, and then there are these little rubber grommets on each side, and the cap goes down on top of this. And it's like 1.5 2 inches wide, about 3/4 of an inch height. It goes on right at the apex, and the cap goes right on top of this. And the problem is that this is too much of a resistance for the flow of air out of the attic. And I've been into maybe 7 or 8 recently, where it's wintertime, by the way. And so you go up there and you can see that this is completely coated with ice. There is no penetration of air, and the underside of the roof is just sweating, and there's puddles of water on the bottom because there's no air getting out of the attic. So they haven't come up with a good mousetrap yet. They will, but for right now, I would stay away from a steel roof unless you got someone who's willing to really take the liability of it not breathing correctly, and use a roofer that goes to education training classes. Find somebody who is well educated in their business, because all the moisture in the house, all of it, has got to get up through into the attic and out of the house through the roof. There's some caveats to that, but I'm saying that's probably 95% of houses. Bob Bennett, Farsight Management. It's better to use Farsight than hindsight.